Nice to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Always.
We're here talking about Josh Warrington and Lee Wood. Should say Lee Wood first, really, because he won the first fight. But we just had a chat about that. And that's next weekend. So this goes out a week before that. And we're just going to talk a little bit of general boxing news.
This is the Valentine's weekend
it is, yeah.
issue.
Are you looking forward to any cards or any secret flowers or anything?
Don't send me anything.
Anybody being treated
that?
by yourself? You got anyone lined up?
Been together for 20 odd years now, mate.
Don't bother. Can you tell my missus then that I shouldn't have to bother?
I mean, I would say, right, you got to start as you mean to go on straight away in a relationship. Being an expert in relationships, of course. It ends there. You should start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
Give him nothing. Do nothing.
No.
I do nothing in the house.
Nothing.
I'm like a slob. Do nothing. I'm joking. I do all the ironing and all the washing.
He's got a good Corey on him now.
Yeah,
that helps.
I guess it is quite big.
Good old.
I don't know whether it's big or
Johnson.
I don't know whether it's big or I just got skinny legs. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, looks good.
Anyway, you be the judge.
We'll keep it PG. So what can we talk about? We've just had a good chat about Lee Wood fighting Josh Warrington. A good fight. Looking forward to it.
It's a good fight where you got two fighters who, like we've been saying, probably should call it a day, but that's up to them. Now they're way past their peak, I would say, but they're both there. It's not like you got one past his peak and one like in the prime of their career.
Yeah.
You always say that's a dangerous format, but this is two guys who had a really good first fight, which was dominant for Josh Warrington until Lee Wood did what Lee Wood always does and catches you with a shot and then follows it up with great accuracy and power. And you've got Josh Warrington who can still bunch in combinations. I mean, so I think it'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight. I don't know what relevance it has beyond these two just fighting each other. I mean, I think we saw where they were, but they both lost with Kakachi. I think that was Wood's last fight, and Warrington has had one in between that, but still, their two last biggest fights were losses against Anthony Kakachi, who's of course boxing for a world title again in a couple of weeks. So I don't think they're ever going to get to world level again. But then in this sport, who knows? I mean, but
an opportunity could knock after. But would you say that the loser potentially retires?
I think they should both retire. Even if you win. I mean, you're taking this fight, and we spoke about this like quite recently together about all the big fights are at the end of your career, when quite often you're jaded.
Yeah,
because the people don't realise the journey to get to a world title or to any sort of championship level is hard, isn't it? They're sometimes the harder tests.
And sometimes you can win the world titles and not make the money, and then you get the money when you get the name, and then when the name's big, then you start making money. But you passed your best.
And I'd never been that way because there was never massive money for me. But like for you were, and like you stopped where really there was probably another bigger fight.
Yeah, there's probably one more big fight after.
But but where do you go before you feel it and where you get hurt and with the right time to say no and how much money do you need?
Yeah.
You don't say you have big money, but there's always there's never enough, is there? There's always more money for you.
Absolutely.
And they're not earning like millions. But they're earning lots of money. So it's like, do you take another one? But I think for them, this is the biggest fight they can find each other. The recipe for a good fight is what, as a boxing fan, selfishly, all we want to see is good fights.
Yeah.
Regardless who we want to win, who we care think's going to win, and what they're almost. What their health risks are. Yeah. We should be selfish. You don't care about that. I just care about what we want to see good fights.
Absolutely, yeah. It's always risk reward. You've got to line it up.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So I think it's good. I think for both of them, it would be a good way to step off.
We're talking about fighters fighting on too long and don't want to go on too long because they don't want to get injured. You've got Derek Chisora fighting. Deontay Wilder. Yeah. And if you look at both of them fighters, you could say that Wilder's well past his best and finished, and Chisora's been around for way too long. But Chisora fights, he's got a style anyway, slips and rolls his head, gets his guard up. He does bounce a few shots off his head, which isn't healthy. But is this a fight you're looking forward to? Is this one you're going to tune into?
I've been screaming for Chisora to retire a long time ago because it's not what he is now, and you can see the damage in him already. That's the truth. I mean.
Can you hear it, can you, when you speak? Is that why you
can, but also, I got a theory about that. I know when boxers start to slur their words, we all do it a little bit, because quite often I tell people this, who don't box, you stick your fingers up your nose and try and have a conversation. And it's like having a cold. So because it's not always they have punch drunk syndrome. It's the fact that their septum in their nose is smashed to pieces. And they start talking if they got a cold all the time.
Yeah.
Which makes you slur your words. I do it sometimes.
Yeah, quite often. Quite a lot. Even having my nose fixed. 2 septorinoplasties, but my adenoids have gone, and sometimes I can be very sinus.
And it depends, if you're in air conditioning, it's worse, isn't it?
And so much worse than air conditioning.
But also, fighters sometimes when I always get this for Anthony Crolla. At the stage of his career when he was boxing, he sounded a little. I hope he doesn't sound great. He doesn't sound as articulate. But then when he retired, within 2 years. he was the brilliant voice he is now, articulate and he sounded clear, and he's like he does now. And I think there must be some sort of like continuous terrible to say it, continuous swelling while you're training and fighting all the time.
Yeah.
No, after a couple of years being retired, they must subside a bit, and then you maybe the pressure.
I think if you have a
it's
career,
awful just when you think about it, isn't it?
it is, and it's to do with the septum and the brain, and if there's any bleeds that don't get picked up, and then the long-term concussive effect. You've got CTE, which have done investigations into with American football and heading footballs in soccer.
I gotta say, Cal, if CTE became a real investigation in boxing, there'd be no boxing. I mean, there couldn't be. There couldn't be at all. But I mean, going off that a little bit, I mean, Chisora is. The worry is what happens in 10 years' time. But we can do that. Otherwise, you ban boxing completely.
Of course.
What about him now? And I think he's a danger now for someone like Wilder, who, as you mentioned to me earlier, can't pull the trigger anymore. And not the way that he used to, not with that belief and that confidence that I'm just ferocious. And I think that's a lot to do with him trying to become a better boxer. Honing your skills, different trainings you've had, trying to make a more slicker fighter, using the jab more, understanding what you're doing, opening your brain, which is brilliant. But when you open someone's brain, you can't lock it up again. And what that does then is you don't throw with the same abandonment.
No.
You don't throw with the same belief. And I always had a pretty good boxing brain, but then I always every time I threw a punch, I'd move away. That's the right thing to do for me. But when you have the power of a Wilder and you're a heavyweight, when you land with a shot, there's got to be a follow-up, haven't there? You've got to think, I'm just going to knock you out.
Yeah.
And early in his career, when he was a ferociously dangerous heavyweight, when he was a reigning WBC champion, every punch he threw was the punch that ends your life. And he doesn't do it there, but that's that in his mindset.
Yeah.
And he doesn't throw that way anymore, and that makes him then is a 6'7" target to hit. Yeah.
So is there any other fight? I mean, that's Chisora and Wilder. Is there any other fights that you're looking forward to?
Yes, there is. And in Phoenix on the 21st, it'll be the 22nd for us in the UK. And by the way, Phoenix is the second best fighting city in the world. Yeah. Belfast, in my opinion, will always be the best fighting city for atmospheres when it's right. It's great atmosphere, great knowledge.
I won a medal in the World Amateur Championships in Belfast.
He did,
at the Odyssey Arena.
2001, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't a good atmosphere for me though. They didn't like the English back then.
By the way, people,
a long time ago, a bit political.
You were never praised for your boxing skills. You always praised for your toughness and your
loads of skills. The Cobra. Yeah, he's right.
Listen, not joking aside.
3 ABA titles.
To win a world medal in the World Championships takes more than power.
He knows the game.
Especially with those gloves. Which were like that. Yeah. Probably not when I was
horrible,
boxing.
Hurt your hands.
Yeah, you couldn't turn your hands over properly.
Can't close your fist.
But but Phoenix is a great boxing city. Yeah. I mean, the atmosphere, they get there early, and it's a great atmosphere. But
who's fighting?
Sugar Nunes, who's the IBF super featherweight champion, versus Emmanuel Navarrete, who's the WO super featherweight champion. But that's a massively great fight to watch. Yeah. So if you have DAZN, it's not a pay-per-view fight. Watch it. It's a brilliant fight. It'll be an absolute war, and the crowd in Phoenix. I mean, even if you're the home fighter, if you try and outbox a guy, they boo you.
Really?
I mean, I'd be no good. They love you. They hate me.
They want to see
war. So I think that's the fight I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Moses Atama, in his first real test, I would say, against Jermaine Franklin, a guy who's proven that he can.
I think that is a test against Franklin.
Well, I think it is. It's a test, not a test that he can get beat. It's a test that. Can he get rid of him?
What can he do with it? Yeah.
What can he do with
How
him?
does he beat him?
Yes, of course.
How does he look?
But I think Moses is intelligent. And if you talk to him for 5 minutes, you'll see why I think he's intelligent, because he pauses before he says anything. Yeah. Total opposite to me. And he's thoughtful in what he says, and he translates that in the ring. And a sign of a good fighter is when they don't rush their work, but they get the fight finished early.
And not getting it with anything silly as well at heavyweight.
I mean, his movement sets him apart more than anything else. Like he doesn't move like Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson was always praised for he's a ferocious animal, and he was. But people forget about his movement, how fast he was to move around the target. Yeah. I mean, and that for me blew all the heavyweights out the water because they didn't know where he was. He was there, then all of a sudden he's right on your chest, and when he gets to your chest, he would pivot to the side and he'd be there. And then you got to turn to hit him. While you're turning, he's hitting you with 3 punches.
Yeah, the footwork and head movement and the speed of that early
does that, but in a different vein. But he does that. He has the movement and the pivot. Yeah. He has the pivot of a flyweight. He has the speed of a middleweight and the power of a heavyweight.
Do you think he could be as good as a lot of people in the industry are saying he can be?
I think he can, but as any fighter, you want to see what it's like when they get hurt. Yeah. See what it's like when they're under pressure and things not working for them. Can they adapt? Yeah. And most certainly in that division, what it's like when you do get, because you are going to get hurt, how you react when you get hurt. Yeah. And we might never find out those answers, but at some point you tend to think we will, and that will define how good he will be in the reign of being a world champion and his longevity in that.
Absolutely. Another fight, Ryan Garcia and Barrios. Barrios world champ. I mean, he had a draw against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's my age, coming back and having a draw with him. You think that it looks bad for Barrios, really. But if somebody is skillful and as technically proficient as Pacquiao gets in the ring and doesn't want to get hurt, don't want to get hit, it'd be hard to beat, wouldn't it? It's a tricky one. But are you looking forward to the Ryan Garcia-Barrios fight?
I am, because I think I got Garcia as a big favourite. I think Barrios is a better fight than people give him credit for, but he has no change of pace in his work. And I think for someone with the speed and time and certainly power of Ryan Garcia, that's a recipe for disaster. The fact that Manny Pacquiao has super fast hands and fast feet, I mean, and can dart in and out, and you struggle with a man of that age, however good he is, he's still that age, then you tend to think a Garcia who's younger and fresher, but not as good, I know that you might struggle. And I do think at some point, that rhythm that Barrios has, I think Garcia will be able to time it and see it, and then he'll catch him with a left hook, and then once he gets caught, I think the follow-up will be... Yeah,
so Garcia probably does the job. And if Garcia looks good and gets the knockout and he becomes world champion, somebody who's sitting back watching it quite closely, somebody that's interested on these shores, is Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Now, would you, if you was looking after him, would you chuck him in there with Garcia? Because he's making a lot of noise. Conor Benn, he said he'll fight anybody. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, for me, I think it's a bit stretched too far. I know he's bigger than him, but skill-wise and technical-wise, and the fact that he's a 4-weight world champ, Stevenson, do you put Conor Benn in with someone like that? But the Garcia fight, would you take that for Conor Benn? Do you think he's got a chance in it?
I would. I mean, if he can make welterweight safely and still maintain his energy and power and strength, because Ben has made the money now that he doesn't need the money for the rest of his life. He's made enough in those 2 fights alone, and every fight's a big money fight for him. That's probably the biggest money fight.
He'll soon spend 10 mil. So get rid of that. Is he a young lad?
I can't talk about that. You
lad?
can talk about that. I know you can, but I mean, there's enough there to invest and do stuff with, and there's more money to come.
But if he goes in against the wrong opponent and gets splattered, it's not going to be good, and he might not want to fight on.
But is longevity in boxing a good thing? It's not. People think longevity in boxing is a great thing.
But a couple of steady fights, then step up to that kind of level. Is that not?
But I think, those steady fights he could lose.
You think?
Well, I do think, yeah. I mean, what levels are you going to go in at?
Josh Kelly
Josh Kelly goes in a favourite.
Yeah, IBF
he has to be.
world champ.
Okay, well, and the speed and ability that he has, by the way, I'd fancy Josh Kelly against Ryan Garcia.
Yeah,
I would. To beat him.
Keep it distant. Keep it sharp.
I think he has rings on him. I genuinely think he would. I was one of the few who fancied Josh Kelly to beat Murtaz Aliyev.
Oh really? Okay, fair enough.
I only did. Everyone thought about this thing with
Avanesian
when he crumbled, but that was a long time ago.
Learned a lot from then.
And I think mentally he got himself in a better place.
So you think Ben struggles against Kelly? Think he gets beat?
Yeah. I mean, but what Ben has, like his dad, but not in the same, not as good. He has that
work ethic,
reactive ability to fire under pressure. But he's shown that. I think he doesn't look for a way out when he's hurt.
No, he's fit and strong, and he gets in there. And he's tenacious, and
and he's ferocious as well, and he's physically strong. And again, moving on the welterweight, that might if that starts to wane, then he's in trouble. Yeah. But I mean, he's earned the money now. The shot of a world title, and that's the biggest world title fight. Rolly Romero would be the other option. But I think unless Barrios beats. I mean, Barrios is a better fight for him stylistically because he's not a massive puncher. Yeah. I mean, Garcia can out your lights any time, can't he? Yeah. But I would, of course, Ben's in that mix now, and he's elevated to that status now because he is a superstar in the sport. Yeah. I mean, whatever people think about
name now.
About earning your stripes is not a thing. Sorry, earning your stripes is not a thing anymore. I get a smack up for that. But
one more, he's in trouble.
Can it be down for the rice?
It's not worried, is it?
What's that?
We just had a little body spa. We'll give you some clips.
I'm like the featherweight Kazagi.
You still got it. You could see. Who?
Nothing.
So last one, got to talk about it. Tyson Fury's coming out of retirement again. Is it 4, 5? Is it 6 times he's come out of retirement? Every time he retires, you never really take it seriously. You think, listen, he's going to come back. But is it Makhmudov?
Yeah, Arslan and Makhmudov.
Purist. If he says it, it's right. So what do you reckon to that fight? Do you like it?
It's the perfect fight for him. I think you've got a big guy there who's been on British shores. Has got, we've seen him on TV enough times as well. Obviously, ESPN and DAZN, and looks a danger, but very slow, one-paced. So if someone like Tyson Fury, the old Tyson Fury, would just dance rings around him. Yeah. The Tyson Fury we've seen the last few years is more flat-footed, so it makes it more of an interesting fight. But I think it's the right fight for him to come back with. I think the speed and the boxing brain that Fury has, even this Fury who's an older version and not as good as he once was, how can he be? Will still be able to dance rings for Makhmudov, and I think stops him.
So you don't think there's any danger of Fury coming up?
There's always a danger he gets caught with a shot and unravels. I think, but with Fury, the way he boxes with his hands low in that weight division, he always gives you an opportunity in every fight he's had. But I do think it's a nice fight for him to come back with. It's on Netflix, which helps sell the fight with Joshua down the line. I think with Joshua helps sell it with obviously boxing Jake Paul as well, and I think that makes that match more likely to happen. So I think it's a perfect fight for him.
Do you worry at all why Tyson Fury retires and then he gets this urge to make a comeback and come back? I mean, we had a laugh and joke about it. He's retired 5 times, but the fact that he can't seem to stay retired and he's made enough. We talked about 10 million earlier. He's probably got 110 million. At what point do you say, well, actually, I don't need the money anymore, so why would you take one more punch in the head? Did you worry that he's coming back for wrong reasons and he's not satisfied outside of the ring?
So you might be one of the few, you and Darren Barker actually, who I know are really content with being retired, or your public persona is you're content. I don't know what you feel when you
100% I'm happy with being retired.
Go. So, I mean,
I've got kids, he's got loads of kids.
Yeah, but we all got kids and we all got families and we all got, and I'm doing my dream job.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I'm sad about boxing. I'm not boxing. I don't want to fight. I genuinely don't want to fight.
You don't want to fight, no.
Sick, but I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
And when you retire, it feels like it's your identity. And it's all you know, and all you know, that's who you are. For a lot of people, it might not be for you, and I'm happy for you. But I mean, for a lot of people, it's just that's who you are. It's your identity. And it's probably worse when you're a bigger name.
So do you worry where it's going to finish for Fury? When's he going to say, right, I'm done now?
Well, listen, boxing is littered with cautionary tales of people who went on too long. Great fighters, Pernell Whitaker, Jermaine Taylor who went on too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Meldrick Taylor, I'm trying to think of, went on way too long. All of fame fighters who went on too long and then suffered after for that, because it's not when you get to your age. When you get to my age, it starts to have an effect.
Do you think the late great Ricky Hatton went on too long? Do you think he had a couple of fights too many?
I understood why he took those fights.
Pacquiao and Mayweather fight.
The comeback fight with Shevchenko. The comeback that was, he didn't need to do that. That shows how difficult it is in the transition from being who you are. And for you guys, because you're superstars, I was just a world champion. You're superstars in the sport. To be that,
and then just walk away.
Yeah, just being Cal.
Yeah.
Not the Cobra to Cal. You're got your personas.
I'm still the Cal. I'll always be the Cobra.
No, you are. You're a strange character. And you're unique in your own right. And I think that's why I know a lot of people don't like you, but I do. But
what do you mean a lot of people don't? Everyone loves me. Everyone loves
me.
Why? What are they saying behind my back?
Oh no, what they say to you. They don't say it to your face.
They don't, do they?
No,
why do you think?
But they don't say it too much behind your back.
What do you say behind my back? Because me and you get on. Do you get back in that?
But I'm one of those little idiots who can't fight but it's not scared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know you can back to me, so do I care? Yeah. You could back to me if I was nice to you.
If we shared a prison cell, I'd definitely be the train and you'd be the tunnel.
No, I don't think so.
Don't you think?
Oh no.
From what I've heard, mate, there's no way I'm tunneling this one.
Unless
I've got size on you.
You'd be derailed in 2 minutes, though.
Do you think? Really?
I bite it off.
It's a biter.
I don't. You know what I am?
What are you?
A gouger.
Gouger? Oh. Horrible, aren't you?
Why
would you do that?
I can't punch, can I?
I'm glad we're friends. Anyway, let's keep it clean. Thanks for catching up.
I know.
It's been a good chat. We ended it on a nice lively note.
We did, yeah.
Nothing else you want to...
Listen, but I would say Fury back, I mean, he should retire, but Fury back is always good for the sport because it shines a light from people who don't really watch boxing. They come into the sport, they watch it, and then the undercards get paid, and then it brings more light and more interest in the sport.
Netflix come in and
Netflix is huge, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, they should all be on DAZN, so it keeps me in a job.
Thorn in DAZN's side a little bit.
What's
the big
that?
Fights going on Netflix.
But
these are the kind of fights that a broadcaster that's invested so much in boxing kind of should be nicking.
You can't compete with a company of that size.
No, you can't.
You can't. But there's fights every week on DAZN massively. We just know the whole list already now up until March is phenomenal. So it's fine. Sky back involved in boxing as well. I don't want to lose my job with DAZN. That's great for boxing.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic for boxing. We've missed them. They're back. And we got Misfits Pro, by the way. They're doing shows.
Misfits, yeah.
And that's going to be Chisora versus Wilder. That's going to be a Misfits Pro.
I'm actually in the gym just having a little tickle on the bags and that.
This is the proper boxing, professional boxing. So there's going to be people like Vidal Riley.
Trying to say I'm not proper.
No, you're not about the Misfits.
If I come back though, I'm on about the Misfits.
Yeah, you're not about just taking money for nothing.
What do you think about me coming back and fighting someone like, what's his name?
I wouldn't watch it.
Is it Perry Phil? Darren Till.
See, I don't begrudge him. None of these people, by the way.
What about me fighting him though?
Yeah, but I wouldn't stay in to watch it.
Easy work for the Cobra or not?
Should be.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him. He's a massive lump, by the way. I saw him in Dubai. He's a massive lump.
Is he much bigger than me?
But he is bigger than you.
Is he?
But ultimately, boxers know how to box. And when
Yeah,
you come up
that's
against a
true.
real boxer, you think you can spar, you think you can box. You come against a real boxer, you realise the level.
I think I'd take him in the cage.
I don't know about that.
Do you not?
I don't know because you are in the cage.
I'm
But I
good
don't
in-
watch that stuff.
I'm good in the cage.
But all I know is when I was a kid, I had a fight with a kid who did black belt in judo, and I landed like 4 punches on him. His nose went poof like that,
Yeah.
and the next minute I was on the floor, and he was on top of me.
I was also like,
He touched me like that. I was on the floor.
I was schoolboy karate champion as well, so that goes a long
Oh,
way.
was you?
Yeah, karate. I got
Ooh.
orange belt. Oh, you're hard.
You're probably my size then, weren't you?
Yeah, but anyway, man, it's been
Yeah.
good to catch up. It's always good to see you at these little events.
What, is that a dig at my size?
No, it's not a dig at your size. These events we do,
It's just an event for you.
we
Because it's a
always
little
catch
event.
up.
For me, it's an
My
event.
producer's actually your biggest fan,
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Manny. Yeah, he's always blowing your trumpet.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
because you're an encyclopedia, you're a boxing
I'm not
purist.
excited.
You are. You
Don't
know.
care if you say that.
You know your game. You know the boxing game.
I don't know.
You're a good pundit. Always
All I do,
always
Carl,
good to listen to.
all I do is watch boxing.
I hope you've got a good agent. I hope you're getting paid well.
I got no agents.
You're getting paid no agent.
They waste of time, innit? Let me
Getting
tell
you
you,
cheap.
when someone an agent
Getting
no
you
good for me.
Is he your agent over there?
Yeah.
Spin the camera round, quick. Spin the camera round. We need to see him.
Last time I come on here, I didn't get paid. I didn't.
He's a right Wally, he is.
I didn't get paid that. The last time I came, I didn't get paid.
His actual name's Wally.
And I thought it was a favour for you. Yeah, not this. I'm getting paid for this one. No, and no, you've organised it. I know where to come.
I've had a freebie out of him. And his fee's going up after this conversation.
This is not free.
Is it not free?
Because you told me about the financial
Yeah,
incentive
true,
for
yeah.
your channel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just send the invoice to
no one gives
Jack
a shit.
Sparrow.
No one gives a shit.
No, we'll sort you out, man. We'll take you out for a steak. We'll love a steak with it.
Oh,
Next time we're in New York, you with us. Anyway, Barry, always a pleasure, man. And we'll pick up on that body sparring and that you're talking a good end. We'll get some gloves
I'll tell
on.
you what,
We'll have 4-2s
you
body
couldn't
spar.
You couldn't cope with the pivots and the movement.
No,
could you?
no, the movement was
couldn't,
good.
could you? You couldn't
Nah.
move.
One of them little slippery suckers, but I reckon I'd get you in the corner, pin you to the
At
ropes.
some point.
Yeah.
At some point.
Body spar, yeah? Is it a deal?
No, it's not a deal.
No, no deal.
What's he on about?
So
It's a
weird.
deal.
You're supposed to back yourself.
You just look like a bully now. Dillian White in Saudi was going to fill me in. Dean White was going to fill me in. At least I'm coming down in size a little bit now.